So today we're going to talk about the different prices of gold and silver. I don't mean different as in the price between the two. I mean the different gold prices and the different silver prices. So first of all, this is a 1 ounce gold Britannia, obviously 1 ounce of gold as the content. And also this is a Silver Britannia, so therefore 1 ounce of silver content. So what do I mean by the different prices of gold and silver? Well, in terms of gold and in terms of silver as well, both of these apply. You have the spot price. So when you go onto the internet or wherever you go to search for the prices, you search for the price of gold and it comes up in your currency, dollars, pounds, euros, whatever you're in. And for example, in pounds at the moment, it's around £1,600. In dollars, that might be around $2,000, for example. And that is the spot price. So in the case of this 1 ounce gold Britannia, the spot price is going to be the intrinsic gold value of this coin. The other gold and silver prices, though, that we need to talk about, one is the buyback price. So that is what a dealer will give you for such a coin. So they won't necessarily give you the spot price. Some will give you above, perhaps, in terms of silver, or maybe below in terms of gold. Depends what the coin is, depends what the market is like, depends on the dealer, depends on many different things. So, for example, different coins, they might have a slight premium even when you sell them back to a dealer. Perhaps if you're into eagles in the US, perhaps then you'll get a little bit over spot for those, perhaps you'll definitely get a spot. Whereas a Britannia in the US, maybe you wouldn't, maybe you'd get 1% under, 3% under, 5% under. Just depends what it is and where you are at. So that is the dealer's buyback price. The next price we will talk about is the actual market price. So when I talk about market price, it's the actual price that you can pay and actually buy one of these. So with Britannias and 1 ounce coins in general, you just your basic bullion ones, you can often buy those at quite low premiums between sometimes spot plus post, maybe between 3 to I'd say between 2 to 4%, around 3% is probably more typical. And it also depends on the kind of volume you're buying. If you're just buying one, a couple of coins, then you're probably not going to get much of a discount. But if you're buying, bigger lots, then perhaps there is some sort of discount to be had there. So the actual market price is what the actual coin will cost you. So it's unlikely that you're going to get this below spot. Maybe you do, it does happen sometimes, but often what you'll find is that you're paying a small premium for something like this. You might pay a higher premium for something more numismatic or something that's more in demand. If the market goes particularly crazy, then you might pay a bit more. In the case of silver, if you're buying this from a dealer in the UK, the silver spot price is around £19. Haven't checked exactly, but you're not going to be able to buy this from a dealer. You're going to basically be paying the £19 plus the dealer's premium, so that's their money they use to run the business. So maybe that takes you to about £23, £24, and then the government is going to take 20% on top of that, so another £4.80, and that is going to take you to a price coming up to around £28, £29. So that would be like the market price that you could buy this at, but it's not really worth valuing it at that in your stack. With silver and with gold, I would just value mine at spot price. So whenever I make a video that says, such an amount of money into gold or silver, I would go at the spot price, basically the price I can realistically get back. Even though some coins, they would get a nice premium. And if you take the time to sell, in the second-hand market, then there could be an option there for, greater returns. But it's safe to say that, in terms of silver, you're going to get more or less spot price, maybe a little bit over if you go to a dealer, even though you've had to pay all that premium and VAT to get hold of it. So we've got the market price, obviously what you're actually going to be able to buy the coin for, your sell price, which is what you would actually get from a dealer. We've got the spot price, so that's 3 different prices already. Now there could be other ones that you might think of, but those are the 3 main ones to consider. So I would basically, if I was starting stacking now, I would stick to lower premium coins to begin with. I would only buy from reputable dealers, reputable sources, just till I'd got an idea of what I was buying. And from there, you know, I might venture into the second-hand market and try and look for deals. But ultimately, you know, even if you're in the second-hand market, you're not going to be buying gold at much cheaper rates than some of the dealers on basic bullion. Some coins, there definitely is that bit of a margin, and silver especially. You know, I just don't see the sense in buying that from dealers in the UK. Not to, you know, dig at the dealers as such, but just by the time you've got the VAT on it, by the time you've got the premiums on it, it just seems like a very expensive investment if that's what you're going at with silver. If you just like silver, like collecting it, then fair enough. You know, it maybe doesn't matter too much, but if you are expecting to get a return, it's going to be very difficult buying at those sort of prices from dealers. Just how it is really, how the spread is, if you like. So the spread is just the price from what you would actually buy to what you'd actually sell. So hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. Talk to you soon.